What is up, YouTube? Lizard Jesus here, coming at you with another banger. I know it's been a long time since I made a video. I have reasons for that, and I've been working on some things. Um, I have some plans, and I have a secret for you guys that I hope you guys will enjoy. I'll tell you at the end of the video. But for now, this video is kind of just a recap of my KVK. In this video, I'm going to go over the marches I ran. The marches in this video I'm gonna go over the marches I ran, what I thought of the marches I ran, what I'm gonna do for next KVK, such as in commanders I probably won't run in the future. I'm gonna go over my crystal tech, and I'm gonna go over the amount of troops I killed in this KVK. So let's start off with the commanders I ran. My main marches was Skippy primary, Honda secondary, Constantine primary with a Luce secondary, and a Herman primary with, ZL primary with a Herman secondary. Those were my three main marches that I ran the entire KVK. I did not run Nevsky at all, because last KVK I ran Nevsky, and I came to the conclusion that my Nevsky just does not have good enough equipment to run in the field, and I should probably take Nevsky to 5.5.5.1. Before running him. He's just too squishy at 5.5.1.1. I didn't run Guan because Guan... Okay, I do sometimes run Guan. He is good for his silence, but I just did not have enough infantry troops this KVK to be able to run 3 infantry marches. When I have mass amounts of infantry troops, I do run Guan Mehmed, and it's not terrible. Like, I've been running 5.1.1.1 Guan for, like, forever. And, like, you know, why? Because Guan is really just there for his silence. And, like, a simple 2,000 AoE. But I did not run Guan this KVK. I did not run Nevsky this KVK. Now, I did do some experimental marches. And I did 2 experimental marches. And that was Honda primary with a YSS secondary. Honda primary with a Tamiris secondary. I'm going to go over both marches and my thoughts on them. But first things first. A march that I was actually surprised with was, believe it or not, Honda primary with a YSS secondary. This march, if you are running pure mixed units, as in 3 units or more, is surprisingly strong. It does a lot of damage, and it actually is not as squishy as you would think. YSS really does get a lot of extra defense when he's got mixed units. This is the talent build I ran for Honda. So for mixed units, I went in and took less damage. The reason being is that Honda deals so much damage. Dealing extra damage was just a little overkill. He deals a lot of extra skill damage. He has a lot of attack that you wanted to take. I think the skill's good. I did put 1 point in latent power because he does deal damage over time. So there's a little bit of extra damage there. Now, this is a double march speed reduction debuff march. I think people forget. As soon as YSS skill hits your target, you're really staying on target. Honda's march speed reduction skill is stackable, but by the time YSS hits your target is not running away. Trust me, with the double march speed reduction, your target is not running away. Especially considering how much march speed Honda brings. You throw a flag on Honda, like the blue equipment, and he's pretty decent. So Honda YSS, it's lots of skill damage. It amplifies YSS a lot. So YSS hits way more than 2k. I was hitting people with YSS, and I was no joke. I was hitting upwards to like 7k damage. I'm not kidding. I was hitting like 7k damage. I totally forgot to save battle reports. I really wish I did, and I feel so upset with myself, but I forgot to record. And the reason one of the reasons why I forgot to record is I don't know. I was feeling a little, I don't know. I was so upset. But Honda YSS, I will be running this march in the future. Actually, I was so surprised that I will be running this march in the future. A march that I probably will not be running in the future, and by probably not, I mean most likely not. Okay. When I say probably not, I mean this is a march I will not run. I will only run this march if I'm in a winning KVK. And by a winning KVK, I mean a KVK where like my enemy is obviously at a disadvantage. And that is Honda Tommy. My Tommy is 5.1.2.2. Now, because Honda has a longer rage reduction, I was able to get decent amount of stacks. I was averaging 6 to 8 stacks per turn, which, was not terrible. Tommy does deal pretty decent damage once you get to around 8 to 10 stacks. So I was averaging 6 to 8 stacks quite often. It was okay. I do have Tamiris's relics, so you have extra march speed and health. It's not a slow march. I think with Tommy, you really want that 5-1-1-5. You really want her to be able to have her last skill at 5. And not to mention, like, my leadership archer equipment is just terrible right now. It's just not good at all, I think in the future, once I have better leadership equipment for archers, I think it's a march that could perform better. But a march I probably won't run in the future is definitely going to be Honda Tommy. Another march that I am not going to be running in the future, and this might shock some people, is actually ZL with Herman Prime, man. Look, ZL does do a lot of damage, and he's got a good rage gain once you get his expertise. But him having no march speed is super frustrating. It was so frustrating that halfway through this KVK, I just straight up stopped using ZL completely. Him having no march speed is like, even with this equipment, which is like kind of okay, it's just once you get caught in the open field, like, you're not getting away, dude. With the amount of people that run Liu Che, that's an AoE slowdown. The amount of people that run Hu Qiu Bing, that's march speed reduction slowdown. Like, once you get caught with ZL, it's so hard to get away, and I just end up, I find myself, whenever I was using ZL, it was just a big hospital bill. So in the future, I'm probably not going to be running ZL, depending on the next archer cycle. In fact, I was so frustrated with this march. I was so frustrated with how slow ZL is that I am contemplating on just taking my Herman to level 60, taking him to 5-5-5-1, and just running Herman Tommy. Just because, like, with Tommy's relic, you've got that march speed, you've got health. You really want that march speed in the open field. I'm not decided on building that march next, but I'm probably gonna be. ZL falls into that category where I'm only gonna run ZL in winning KVKs. I'm not gonna be running ZL in KVKs where we clearly are at the disadvantage. My best performing march was Skippy Honda. This is a pretty solid march still. I still think Skippy Honda is a march that's worth running if you're running multiple infantry marches and if you have a Honda expertise. A march that I was surprised with, and a march that I am going to continue using in future KVKs, is Double Relic Constantine with ZL. I'll tell you why this was a surprisingly good march, and let's just get straight into it. First of all, Constantine's Double Relic gives him 10% normal damage and infantry attack. He just straight up deals more punch. He deals extra smite damage. So with the arch formation, you're dealing 50% extra normal damage, which is actually a decent boost. It's decent. A lot of people ignore Constantine for the reason that Constantine doesn't deal any damage, and his support skill is not even that good these days. So a lot of people see Constantine, they straight up ignore him. I am not kidding. The amount of times that my Constantine was just getting hit last in my ball was insane. Constantine is just left ignored, and then Liu Che is behind him and just throws down a massive AoE. So that was a march that I was surprised with, and I'm going to keep using him in the future. So yeah, that's that. So just for a quick recap, my best marches were Skippy Honda and Constantine LC and Honda YSS. In the future, I'm probably going to, depending on the next archer cycle, I'm probably going to be using ZL a lot less just because he's too slow in the open field, and I hate how fast he melts once he gets caught. Once he gets caught, he gets hit by, like, people see ZLs, and I think they know this. They know ZL doesn't have march speed, and they're like, okay, let's just swarm this guy with my ball. So he gets melted quick. It's hard to pull him out. Skippy Honda, great march speed. Liu Che is bringing a decent amount of march speed. Yeah, so that's my those were the marches I ran this KVK. That's where I'm moving into the future. into the future with my marches, I'm going to be grabbing William Wallace. I'm probably going to max William Wallace. However, I will wait for testing, but I'm probably going to be running in the future William Wallace Constantine. Just because that's an infantry march that will have the highest amount of health in the game. I mean, aside from Skippy. But I think Skippy Constantine is just it's not a pair you want to run. In the future, I am contemplating on taking my ZL to level 60, maxing him too, and running ZL Ethelfled. I want to try this march out because I've heard from some people that this is a secret pair that pops off. Why? Because Liu Che has an AoE march speed reduction, so he throws a march speed reduction on 5 enemies, and then Ethelfled comes in with a 5 enemy AoE, and she deals 20% bonus damage to troops that have been slowed, which counts for basic attacks as well as her skill damage. So I think this is a march that secretly is going to pop off. So in the future, my 3 infantry marches are going to be Skippy Honda, William Wallace Constantine, and then LC Ethelfled. Now, let's go into my Crystal Tech. My Crystal Tech I got was up to here. I don't know, man. I was pretty happy. Excuse me. I was pretty happy with my Crystal Tech. I thought it was alright. Whatever. I don't really give too much of a damn about Crystal Tech, but that's it. There wasn't a lot of fighting this KVK. This was what I was able to fight. These are the troops I killed. It was okay. I mean, there wasn't lots of fighting. Oh man, I wish I'd saved some battle reports. I totally forgot to save some battle reports. Maybe I have some. Let me just check. Yeah, I forgot to save some battle reports, man. That's unfortunate, but whatever. So, moving... Okay, so you guys, if you stuck around to the end of this video, you gotta do me a solid and you gotta drop a like. Now, I have a secret for you guys, and this is what I'm really excited about to tell you, is that despite my recent lack of videos, I'm excited to tell you that I am migrating back to KVK 2. I'm not going to tell you what kingdom, because I don't want anyone to try and steal my kingdom. But I am migrating back to KVK 2, and I really just want to play KVK 2 again. And yeah, I hope you guys are excited to see me in KVK 2. And I'm pretty excited for it as well. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Drop a like, drop a comment what you want to see from me, you know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.